Hey guys, and welcome to my Dragon Link build, and this is an updated version of the build that I made last week. And I have a new combo, and it is a 1.5 card combo, and it is very consistent, and it ends on Appaloosa and a VFD. So this is like the best version of Dragon Link to play right now, in my opinion. And the combo that I made last week, I wasn't really happy with it because it was like a 3-card combo and it was very conditional, and I really didn't like that combo. So I worked on the deck again, and I made a few changes, and now this deck is a 1.5 card combo deck. So for the combo, you just need any of the starters and one extender or rocket tracer in your hand. So starter plus extender or tracer. You have those, you have the entire combo right there. So that is why this deck is much better, and to achieve this combo I am playing the Thunder Dragons. So I'm playing the one Thunder Dragon Roar and the Thunder Dragon Dark, and those are the cards that allow you to do this combo, because you can use Trishula, the fusion monster, and banish Dragon Roar from your deck, and you can special summon the Dragon Dark. And then using Tracer and Dragon Dark, you can go into a level 9 synchro and overlay into VFD. I'll show you that in the combo, will be at the end of the video. So first let's get into the deck. So for the deck we're playing 3 Black Metal Dragon. So Black Metal Dragon is a starter, and it's just an amazing card to have in your hand. You 100% of the time want to see at least one starter in your hand. If you don't see a starter in your hand, you can just use any 2 dragon extenders and make Romulus. As long as you make Romulus, it's good. And then you're playing the 3 Starlight Seyfert. So this is also a starter, and it's just a great starter. You want to see starters in your hand. Next, we're playing the 3 Rocket Tracer. So Rocket Tracer is one of those cards you definitely want to see in hand. And even if you already have an extender in hand, Tracer won't be a brick. Because if you draw the Tracer, then you can extend your combo. With Dragon Ravine, you can, instead of milling Apps Router and adding Tracer, you can just, you can mill your Galactic Spiral Dragon and end on an extra negate. So that's amazing, and you always want to see Tracer in your hand. That's why I decided to maximize on it. Next, there's the 1 Rocket Recharger, the 1 Silver Rocket Dragon, and the 1 Rocket Synchron. So, even seeing a rocket in your hand isn't the worst. You want to keep your Rocket Synchron because it's like the thing you're going to summon off of Kristan Halqifibrax. And you have the Silver Rocket and the Recharger. They're not bricks because even if you draw them, it acts as an extender. So with Boot Sector Launch, you can summon Tracer and the Rocket from your hand. It's not a brick, but you don't usually want to draw them as well. But if you draw them, they're not a brick. You don't need an extra extender. It acts as an extender. I'm playing 2 mainly for the reason that you can easily pop something and go into Borlode Savage Dragon. So that's the Rocket Engine. And we're playing the 2 Chaos Dragons. So that's off of Seyfert. You can just tribute Seyfert and then search the Chaos Dragons, and boom, that's how your starter works. And we're playing the Darkness Metal Dragon for Black Metal Dragon. It's just starter, the starter package. Next, we're playing the 1 Apps Router Dragon to mill off of Dragon Ravine and search Tracer. 1 is more than enough. If you want, you can play 2, but I felt like 1 was enough. And I'm playing the 3 Noctivision Dragon. It's an extender. It's an amazing extender, and can also be used to chain block and give you that extra draw. And as I said before, the 1 Galactic Spiral Dragon, if you already have like an extender and you also have Tracer in your hand, you can just mill Galactic Spiral and end on an extra negate, which is amazing. Next, we're playing the 1 Chaos Dragon Lavineer, the 1 Chaos Emperor Dragon, and the 1 Omni Dragon Brotar. So Brotar is you're going to summon off of LP, and you're going to search Lavineer to hand rip. And I'm also playing the Emperor because you can search it off of Chaos Space, and it's a free plus. You can just put it in your Pendulum Zone, add one of your banished dragons back, and then it'll go to your extra deck. It'll pop itself, and then from your extra deck you can special summon it by banishing a Light and Dark. So it's just a great card to have. And even if you have one of the starters, let's say you have Black Metal Dragon in your hand, and you also have Chaos Space in your hand, then Chaos Space acts as an extender, because you can now use that Chaos Space to fetch Emperor. So that's amazing. And now you're playing the Thunder Dragon Roar and the Thunder Dragon Dark, as I said before. So those are just your combo pieces. Dragon Roar is not a brick. I will put the combo on how to like combo if you draw a Dragon Roar in the description, so check it out. And Dragon Dark is a brick. You really never want to draw that card ever, because if you draw it, you can't do your combo. So that's the one card in the deck that if you draw, you can do the combo. And then next we're playing a bunch of hand traps. So we're playing the 3 Ash, just the generic Ash you have to play in like almost every single deck. The 3 Gamma. So we're playing Gamma because it counters True King of all calamities, and it's literally everywhere in this format. And it just counters True King so well, and you have to play Gamma, and it can also safeguard you from, like, say you normal summon Safer, tribute itself, and then he ashes you, you're dead, right? Because you used up your normal summon already, and there Gamma can save you. And if you use Chaos Space, Gamma can save you there as well. So Gamma is just another great hand trap to have. It's also really high impact, so you can interrupt your opponent as well. And even if when you use Gamma and you have the Gamma and Driver on your field, you can go into Savage as soon as Striker Dragon goes to the grave, so you can be Nibiru proof. So that's amazing thing about Gamma, is the best hand trap of the format in my opinion. So you definitely have to pay Gamma. Next we're playing Monster Reborn. It's an extender, and it's basically, if you draw it after you have the combo, it's basically a free Savage. So Monster Reborn. Next we're playing the 1 Boot Sector Launch and Dragon Ravine. Boot Sector Launch you don't want to see in your hand, because you can search it for free with Striker Dragon, and nobody like Ash Blossom Striker Dragon. So you don't usually want to see Boot Sector Launch. Dragon Ravine is okay in your hand, because Romulus you'll get impermed in Ash like a lot. And that's the field spells. And then we're playing Chaos Space, so that's also a starter, and it's like the best starter in my opinion. And next we're playing the 3 Cosmic Cyclone. So Cosmic Cyclone counters Virtual World, Eldritch, and all of the back row decks. And it counters Virtual World because it gets rid of the Trap Gate before the Virtual World monster can target it. So that's really, really good, and it completely counters the deck. It's just Cosmic Cyclone and Book of Moon, but we're not playing Book of Moon. Just Cosmic Cyclone is good enough. In the side deck also we're playing 3 Ice Dragon's Imprisonment to get rid of Virtual World. So it's like one of the best decks of the format right now, and you really need to counter that deck. And I've seen Dinosaurs and Virtual World everywhere when I was testing with this deck. So that's why I added Cosmic Cyclone and Ice Dragon's Prison in the side deck. And then we're playing 3 Quick Launch. So it gets Tracer to the field. It's an extender, and sometimes it can also be used to bait out the hand trap. So a lot of the times you just bait the hand trap using Quick Launch. And next we have 3 World Legacy Guard Dragon. So World Legacy Guard Dragon is another great extender, and if you draw it, just like Monster Reborn, it's a free Borlord Savage. So it's a great extender, and it's just a great card in general. You really want to maximize on it. Next we're playing the 3 Infinite Impermanence. It's a great hand trap, and it can also be set for more disruption on opponent's turn, so why not? It's just a great hand trap in general. The only reason I'm not putting Nibiru in the main deck is because, as I said before, Virtual World and Dinosaurs are everywhere, and Virtual World can make number 75 before going into their VFD combo, and they can do that before 5 summons, so they just counter Nibiru right there. And Dinosaurs have Missile, so Missile just put in the grave and your Dinosaurs are unaffected. So again, those 2 decks are everywhere right now, and that's why I decided to side deck Nibiru and not main deck it. So that's the main deck. Now let's move on to the extra deck. So extra deck, I'm playing the 1 Borlord Savage Dragon, obviously, because literally any Dragon Link deck you will see this card, and it's an amazing card. And you're playing 1 copy is more than enough. We're playing the 1 Ravenous Croco Dragon because it's like the best level 9 synchro. And for this variant that I'm building, you can't replace it with the Trishula synchro monster because we're only using 2 materials this time for synchro summon, and Trish needs 3. And then we're going to the Link monster. So Link monsters with 2 Striker Dragon. It's a Link 1, and it makes all of those starters like a 1-card combo, so it's amazing. The 1 Guard Dragon, Pisty, and LP. LP is still in the game, so we have to misuse it. And it just gets the combos going. So Guard Dragon combos. You put Appaloosa in the extra monster zone, then you go with your Guard Dragon combos. And it's like the heart and soul of the deck, basically. Next, we're playing the 1 Heretic Seal. And Seal isn't a part of the combo, but if you get Nibiru'd or you get hit by something, then you can use your seal as like at least as an interruption. So it's just a great card to have. And then we're playing the one Romulus. So Romulus is what searches Dragon Ravine, which is all, it basically searches a tracer. So you definitely gotta play it. And as long as you get Romulus, you don't have to use the starter. You can use extenders and get to Romulus, you're good. That's full combo. Next, we're playing the one Crystron Halqifibrax. So Halqifibrax gets your Rocket Synchron on the field, and it sets up Guard Dragon plays. So you're playing the one Halqifibrax. Next, we're playing the one Appaloosa. So that's what you're gonna have in the extra monster zone. It has those bottom 3 arrows for Guard Dragon plays, and it's just a great monster negate card. It makes the thing like as after you get Appaloosa on the field, your opponent can't Nibiru you. So that's amazing. We're actually playing 2 boss monsters. We're playing Boral Sword Dragon and Unchained Abomination. And if you want to kill your opponent, just use Boral Sword. And Unchained is also a great card to have. So those are your boss monsters. Next, we're playing the one Trishula Fusion Monster. So that is what, using that Trishula Fusion Monster's effect, you are going to be able to banish your Dragon Roar from your deck, and you're gonna summon Dragon Dark, and then you can just do the entire combo. So we're playing one of that, and it can also extra deck banish from your opponent, and you get to look at their extra deck, which is amazing, because then you know what they're playing, and you can like build your end board accordingly to that. And then you have for these monsters, you're playing the one number 38. So if you draw Tracer and Extender or something, you can, instead of milling Absorouter, you can mill Galactic Spiral, and you can end on that extra negate. And you also play the one VFD. Of course, you're playing VFD. It's like the boss monster of the deck. The monster you definitely want on the field at the end of your combo. And now for the side deck. We have the one Dino Wrestler and the 2 Sea Turtle Kaiju. So all 3 of those counter Zeus, which is used in Zodiac decks. And Zeus can just clear the field. So you definitely want to play that. And they're all just removal in general. And it's really good. And as I said before, Dinosaur is everywhere, so I'm playing the 3 Artifact Lancia. It just hard counters Dinosaur, so you definitely gotta play 3 of that, because people love Dinosaur and it's like everywhere in the metagame, so you have to play 3 Lancia. And next I'm playing the 2 Nibiru. I put it in the side deck as I mentioned before, because like a lot of people are playing Dinosaur in Virtual World. You can main it if you want, but I chose to side deck it. Next, we're playing 3 Forbidden Droplet. I'm not playing Dark Ruler because Droplet counters VFD and Dark Ruler does not. So you have to play Droplet in this metagame because VFD is everywhere, as I said before. Next, for back row, you have the one Harpy's Feather Duster. It's just a great card in general, and if you want, you can put more back row removal, but we have the 3 Cosmic Cyclone in the main deck, so that should be enough. And next we're playing the 3 Ice Dragon's Prison. So that's the counter Virtual World, and it's also everywhere alongside Dinosaurs. So if you're playing this deck, and you can make a few changes if you're playing this deck. So some of the changes you can make are, you can include the Dragoon package. So the Dragoon package is like, if you want to, you can include it if you want. There's extra deck space to spare, so you can include the Dragoon package, but you're playing 3 extra bricks. So if you're playing this, I would recommend to make this deck like 60 cards, but it's totally optional, you don't have to, and I chose not to because I wanted to minimize bricks as much as possible. Next, another thing you can do is you can also include like some more Thunder Dragon cards. So for example, you can include like Dragon Hawk, Thunder Dragon Titan, and Thunder Dragon Fusion. So in the combo at the end, after Thunder Dragon Dark leaves the field, you don't search anything using its effect. So you can utilize that, and you can just search something great with it. Another thing you can do is you can make it a 40 card deck, and you can, if you want to do this, you can cut like some of the hand traps, and you can cut some of the extenders because you're playing a lot of extenders. For consistency, I made a 50 card deck because generic Dragon Link is just 50 card decks. But if you want to make it 40, you can go ahead and do that. And just like that, if you want to make it a 60 card deck, you can do that as well. Just include like 3 more hand traps or something. You can even main Nibiru in this case. And you can even include the Dragoon package if you're doing this. Or if you're going the Thunder Dragon route, you can also go use that. And that's basically all I have for the main deck. Let's get into the combos next. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's a great way to support me and the channel. So now for the combos, we need just any starter and get into the Romulus, and you also want one extender in your hand or tracer. And in this case, I'm using Black Metal Dragon. So just use Black Metal. I'm using Black Metal, and just go into Striker Dragon. Obviously, Black Metal Dragon is going to be Chainlink 1, because you don't want your opponent ashing that. So you add the boot first, and then Darkness Metal. It can just be 2 extenders, and you don't need to have a starter. It can just be 2 extenders, and then you use those 2 and go into Romulus, and then you can add the Dragon Ravine. If you draw Tracer, then instead of adding Tracer when you use Ravine and you mill Apps Router, instead of adding Tracer, if you already have it, you can add another rocket and then use boot and summon 2 rockets, and you don't need the extra extender. So for me, I'm using the extender, so I'm just gonna do it that way, so I don't have Tracer. So use boot and summon Tracer, and I'm gonna use Noctivision Dragon because it's a great extender and can chain block. And then I use those 2 to go into Kristalline Hockey Fibrax. Chainlink 1 Hulk, Chainlink 2 Noctivision. That's why it's such a good card. It can chain block. And then Hockey Fibrax is gonna summon Rocket Synchron from the deck. But first you have to draw, right? Because you want to chain block. So that's just any random card. It's not important for the combo, the one I just drew. And now you link off your Link 2s into Appaloosa, and it's a really good card. Appaloosa can negate stuff, and it can negate monsters, not monster effects, and it also has those bottom 3 arrows for Guard Dragon, please. So link Synchron into LP and summon your Brotar, and use Brotar's effect and discard that random card you just drew, whatever it is, for adding a Lavineer to your hand. So that card can just be anything. It doesn't have to be Quick Launch, the one I drew. And then link off your Omni into Pisty, and then banish Tracer. You want to banish Tracer because it's free, and then banish 2 more Darks and summon Lavineer, and you can rip 1 from your opponent's hand. So hand rip is always amazing. Even though Smoke Grenade's gone, Dragon Link can still do it. Now use Pisty and get back your Rocket Tracer. That's why I banished it, because it's free. You literally banished it for free. Now banish your Guard Dragons and Lavineer for Trish. And now you can banish the top card of your opponent's deck, 1 card from your opponent's extra deck, so now you know what they're playing, and 1 card from your deck. So when you're banishing that 1 card from your deck, you are gonna actually banish Thunder Dragon Roar. So Thunder Dragon Roar is the card you can use its effect since it was banished, and you can special summon from your deck a Thunder Dragon in defense. And you're gonna summon Thunder Dragon Dark, and it's level 5. So now you can synchro your Tracer and your Thunder Dragon Dark into Ravenous Croco Dragon. And this will get you a draw. It doesn't matter what you draw. And you go into True King, now you overlay them. But now let's say you have something else in your hand, like a World Legacy Guard Dragon. If you have this World Legacy Guard Dragon, you can extend your plays even further. Like for example, I can get back Tracer, pop the Guard Dragon, and go into Savage. Or if I had a Tracer and an extender, I could have gone into Hope Harbinger and had another negate. So you can just keep stuff going as long as you have the cards. And Savage is supposed to always be in defense because Lightning Storm proof. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's a great way to support me and the channel. And make sure to answer the poll question in the comments down below. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.